Okay, we're going to have a look at DirectX now. Now, DirectX looks at various properties, especially your sound and your video properties. So if you're having sound or video problems, there are other ways and simple ways to troubleshoot them, but sometimes you actually do need to dig a little bit deeper. Now, the easiest way is to find DirectX is to come down to your search box, DXDIAG, and that will give you your DirectX dialog box. Now, when it appears, you have your DirectX diagonal tool. Now, I'm actually lucky I'm running dual system here. I have a 32-bit and a 64-bit system combined. Quite a number of machines, very, very similar these days. What will happen is that you've got your display here, and your system overview will give you a look at what's actually happening. You can actually see the processor, memory, paging file. It's making sure that it's actually signed off correctly by Microsoft. Clicking on our next page will take us to the display option. So click on next play. As you can see, it's the display. It will let you know the device, the drivers, how much memory, your current display mode, if your DirectX 3D acceleration, etc. And as you can see, there are no problems with our display. Next page pops us onto our sound. Once again, it will give us ID, okay, whether they're digitally signed off by Microsoft, okay, no problems whatsoever. And last but is our input. Now this will run through a list of inputting devices, mouse and keyboard being the two most popular ones up the top, okay, and you even have your USB devices and your standard plugged in devices, and as you can see, there are no problems. Now if I go back to the front, and I'm going to now run it in 64-bit, so but it was the 32, it's now going through and doing another check to make sure that all my drivers are digitally signed off. Once again, exactly the same thing. I can click on the next page, or I can click on the display tab. Now, here's an interesting thing. As you can see, it's now saying that they're not signed off, and it's identified the files that are not signed off by the Windows Hardware Quality Labs. Okay, so what this means is my 32-bit device drivers are digitally signed and perfectly fine, but my 64-bit ones are not, and it's recommending that I go back to ATI Mobility, the Radeon card, and try and grab some 64-bit drivers. Sound, perfectly okay with sound, and once again, input, no problems whatsoever. So as you can see, DirectX has identified that I do have an issue. Now it's only a minor issue, and I've actually been on the ATI website, and they do have up-to-date drivers, and I actually do have the most up-to-date drivers. They just haven't gone through and had them tested and digitally signed off by Microsoft. And that's your DirectX tool.